What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 55 of Gotta Watch 'Em All, the podcast where we talk all things Pokemon before watching along with an episode of Pokemon the series, going all the way back to episode 1. But today we're going to be watching episode 55, Riddle Me This. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. First show of the new year.
Woo!
Adam, how the heck are you?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We are back for the new year. I'm pretty excited about this year. I think it's going to be pretty amazing.
It's going to be a fantastic one.
Look, we got a main series game coming. We've got Gen 8 coming. We've got Pokemon Go completely off the charts. We've got new rules in the VGC. We've got a ton of new expansions coming in TCG. It's a good time to be part of the Pokemon fandom, and we're glad that we get to spread the gospel of Arceus to everyone. But a little housekeeping really quick. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/gottawatchemall, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany, Jay, Jessica, Keith, Matt, M. Pitts, Terry, David, Chris, Sidney, and Bacon L. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate your support so incredibly much. It means everything to us, and we're so psyched to be able to bring you some content. So, on today's show, Pokemon has partnered with ESL to host the Oceania International Championships. This is a pretty big deal when it comes to the grand scope of esports and how things are promoted. So we'll kind of break into what this could all mean for the future of competitive Pokemon. We'll take a look at the winning deck from the Roanoke Regional Tournament. The Pokemon Go Holiday event just wrapped up, along with a couple other updates that are happening. We'll break all that down. The VGC has shifted formats from the Sun Series now to the Moon Series, so there's been a little bit of a rule shakeup, and we'll talk about that. It's actually going to completely change the landscape of competitive VGC for the next couple months. I do want to highlight a couple items I found on Etsy the other day. I always love jumping over to Etsy and just doing like a generic Pokemon search just to see what cool kind of, knickknacks and stuff pop up. And I wasn't disappointed this time around. I have some really good stuff, and I'll link to it in the description. I know audio format, but I'll link it so you guys can check it out. But I got a really good one, and it makes me smile every time. We were delivered the Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution teaser trailer. This is going to be the next Pokemon movie. It comes out in Japan this July, and we have a teaser trailer. It's only like 20-something seconds long or something like that, but but
it's enough to get you hyped.
Dude, I'm hyped as hell. The animation style looks really cool, and we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about how everyone's kind of reacting to it and what we think is going to be, what this movie is going to be all about. And then finally, we'll do our watch along with Pokemon the series episode 55, Riddle Me This. All right, let's get into the news here. 2019 Pokemon Oceania International Championships. This is taking place February 15th through 17th in Melbourne, Australia. Now, this is, like I said before, it's an ESL event. Now, this is the Electronic Sports League. This is a huge tournament body and competitive esports body that does like Overwatch, CSGO, Rocket League, like all the biggies. Big arena-style tournaments. And what that means for Pokemon is the way that this is being billed and promoted and all that is going to be in line with the kind of fanfare and glitz that's going to go along with something like an Overwatch League tournament. So this is really cool for Pokemon. I think this is really nice that they're partnering with a big esports thing. I think it adds some extra validity and visibility to Pokemon that they may not have had before. It just goes to show you that even after 20 years, Pokemon can kind of break into
still roll with the big guys.
It's so awesome. And
even though they're going to be streaming TCG, which is so cool because that's not even like a video game.
Exactly. It's like, this is esports. It's like, hey man, maybe they'll break into some TCGO. That would be, man, the TCGO never gets its due. You know what I mean? It's like, that's like the training grounds for like the real thing. But yeah, when it comes to competition time, it's definitely the card game. But all this stuff from the event is going to be streamed on Twitch on Pokemon, 2 different Pokemon channels, twitch.tv/Pokemon and twitch.tv/PokemonTCG. You'll be able to get a whole schedule of that on Pokemon.com. I'll put the link in the description. But Australian events are typically pretty awesome because the dynamic at these events is a lot different. The scale and scope of things in Australia is pretty massive. So it's going to be exciting to see how the ESL does with this tournament. If you go to the ESL websites, which I'll link, you can already tell that it just feels a little bit different the way they're promoting it, and it looks really cool. And it's nice to see like, I think even if you go to Pokemon.com and link to this event, it'll say like, hey, you're leaving Pokemon.com, you're going to a third-party site, and then it takes you to the ESL site, and you're just in that environment and in that vibe. It's really, really cool.
I'm very excited
it's cool.
to watch this.
Like last year during the Oceana tournament, like I think they put together like a 2 or 3 minute little recap video that Pokemon put out on the official YouTube channel. I have a feeling that because this is through ESL, that we're going to get a significantly higher level of production coverage from the event, both on Twitch and then post-event as well, coming to the YouTube channel. So this is really cool. And just an FYI, the next U.S. regional tournament is going to be in Dallas, Texas, the end of January, actually January 19th and 20th. So if you're in that area and you're going to be competing, definitely let us know, and we definitely give you our support. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, good luck, because that's tough.
Adam, you've been telling me that you are itching to break your butt back into the TCG scene and get back out there and play some events. And,
yes,
when I was looking at this next article, this is from Pokemon.com, and they break out the Roanoke, Virginia regionals, the decks that were used in this event. Now, I'm behind the ball, and I know you're saying you are too, but you're definitely closer to the zeitgeist of what the TCG is all about right now than I am. Because
effectively I'm like 1.5 sets behind, like tournament wise.
Yeah, but still you're at least aware. Like I'm just like Johnny Collector over here. That's just like buying boosters and putting them in boxes and sleeves and stuff. I'm not using these cards to their full ability. But did you get a chance to look at this Roanoke stuff?
Yes. So the winning deck list is by Jimmy Pendarvis. He's Masters Division. He's got Gardevoir and Alolan Ninetales.
I've seen so much of this Alolan Ninetales, and I think I even talked about it on the last episode because it's significantly diverse, and you can kind of add it to a bunch of different decks, and its ability makes it exceptionally useful.
Well, you play it down, and you get to search your deck for any 2 cards and put them in your hand. That's game changing. And then it's Snowy Wind. You hit for 70 and then 30 damage to a Pokemon on the bench. So you're setting up knockouts with that one attack. So I don't know, it just puts you in a really good position.
I like also that it comes in at 200 hit points because, even like GX attacks and the such, you might see like 180 damage, 170 damage, something like that. So with the 200, you might be able to have a little bit extra tankiness to kind of get you an extra turn.
Exactly. And then some of the other decks, Zoroark, Decidueye. Zoroark's always been consistent throughout its life in the TCG. And Decidueye as well. Decidueye, you place damage counters, so again, you're setting up knockouts without actually physically attacking. Yeah, you're just using the abilities.
Yep. And
so they're huge.
I also see that the runner-up from the Masters Division, he actually used the Blacephalon Naganadel deck that we were talking about last episode. I thought that was really cool. But yeah,
Yes, and I was looking at like the differences between the runner-up and like the one that came in, like I want to say 10th or 8th or whatever, top 8. And the difference is like 1 energy, and one of them is using the Nagandale GX,
right?
And the other one's using like 1 more energy.
It's amazing how, because you got to figure that everyone in the top 8 is going to be at the top of their game, and the likelihood of them making a poor decision in competition is probably going to be low. So it really comes down to the cards. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see that. Just a small smidgen apart, 2 different decks, that are based on the same 2 main Pokemon and pretty much have the same list with the exception of 1 or 2 different cards could be the difference between, winning a tournament and coming in 8th is pretty cool.
Right, and I love the Malamar toolboxes too, because it's like they're literally playing one of all of their like attackers almost.
Yeah, yep.
And you're just, dumping energies to the bench and playing what you can when you can and changing your strategy based on whatever your opponent's playing.
One thing I haven't really ever dug into is like the junior divisions and stuff, but these kids can play, and I was looking at some of the lists that they had. It's pretty cool to see how different the younger kids build their lists versus the older guys. And it's just it's like a different thing, and it's really, really cool to see that kind of just juxtaposition between a Masters Division deck and a Junior Division deck, but the level of competition is still super high. And I love watching, like, when they stream it on Twitch and you see these kids, man, they get so charged up. They're so serious. They rock their game faces. They're like 10 years old with a flag wrapped around them, repping hard. And it's just like, it's cool.
It's one of the coolest things to watch. Yeah.
Now, we have one of my local game stores, Jinx Collectibles in Mattawa, New Jersey. The dude Jim that runs the joint, he has 2 kids that play, and he takes them to all the regionals, and he travels the whole country, and he kind of, diaries it on their Instagram and on their YouTube channel. And it's pretty cool to see that dynamic of what it takes to be a kid that's traveling the country, going to, a dozen events a year or something like that, and making it happen. It's pretty cool. It's far
at least
from
they have somebody that supports them.
The tradition of like Little League baseball, you know what I mean? Like Jimmy plays soccer. It's like, nah, man, Jimmy's going to Roanoke, Virginia to play in a Pokemon tournament. Like, that's awesome.
Yes.
So
I just hope that one day, maybe one of my kids wants to do that. Please
relive your youth. I want to live vicariously through you. I'll build your deck.
Right? I'll play with you. I'll practice. I'll teach you.
That's awesome. No, I mean, I picked up, for Christmas, we just had Christmas come through, and, old Saint Nick brought me some Pokemon cards, and, it's good to...
Hey, same
kinda,
here. How did he know?
I know, right? Who would have thought? But it's, I'm getting caught up. Like, I'm an elite trainer box collector. Like, that's the style that I like to consume TCG. If I'm going to, if I'm not going to buy, like, a whole booster box, I'll start with the elite trainer box, so that way I can at least store everything organized, from that set within the box. It looks pretty on a shelf. I finally caught up to all the sets. I have elite trainer boxes now from all the sets. I haven't opened them yet, but it feels good as a collector to finally be caught up to where I can at least have a little bit of everything and, some of the current stuff, Dragon Majesty and all that good stuff. So it feels good as a collector, but, as we've said on this show before, the TCG train just doesn't stop. It will never stop.
I got the giant Dragon Majesty box for Christmas.
Is that like the super premium ultra mega?
Yeah, with the Kingdra and the Dragonite hyper rares. I was like, what?
I like when they do those big boxes. I think GameStop had a sale right before the holiday where it was like buy one get one free
cleaned out
or something. Yeah,
I went over to get a pack from Insta Booster, and they were cleaned out.
Well, that's the reason I was able to take advantage of the
buy one
boxes.
get one.
Yeah, man, it was buy one get one, and I had actually bought, I think it was like a Forbidden Light or something, Elite Trainer box the week prior, and I hadn't opened it, thank goodness, because then the following week it went on sale. I was like, yeah, I'm bringing this sucker back, and just buying the buy one get one. I spent like $10 more and was able to get, 2 Elite Trainer boxes for $39.99 or something like that. So it was a sweet deal, $20 each. I'm typically not the one to support the big corporate machine when it comes to TCG, but you can't argue with a good deal at the holiday.
Yes, you can't. All right, Ken, what happened in Pokemon Go? What has been going on? Because I know that Delibird came back.
First of all, I want to open my 40 of Old English malt liquor real quick and pour some out for all the Delibirds that didn't make it to Adam's Pokedex, because Adam, I think, caught about 15,000 Delibird and did not get the shiny, which I've never seen Adam more focused on grinding a specific Pokemon. And in the Discord, he's just posting like his, seen and caught counts, and they're going up by hundreds every day. And I'm like, this dude can't get a shiny.
Even today was the last day, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna incense the entire day. And so I incensed the entire day, and I may have gotten like 6 or 7 Delibirds off my incense, and that's it.
Wow, I'm gonna pull my Pokedex count up because
oh god, don't do that.
Because I know I haven't caught that many, especially not compared to you, but I was fortunate enough to pick up 2 shiny Delibird during the holiday event, and of course, Adam, you're getting one, so don't worry. I know you wish you could have caught one organically, but you will get one. But I've only caught 156 total Delibird.
And I've caught 1,146.
It's so funny.
That's not funny. Why are you laughing?
Adam's so mad. He would put every day in the Discord, he's like, nah, still nothing. And everyone's like, I'm so sorry, Adam. Keep trying. Like everyone was rooting for you. And just nothing.
I know. As soon as 4 o'clock hit and the Delibirds went away, I remember texting in the Discord and just being like, yeah, I'm done playing.
Yeah, no, so
then I didn't touch my phone until 6.
The holiday event did just wrap up. This was a really cool event. It had 4 different kind of itemized breakouts based on date. They did like double Stardust, double XP. They did reduced incubator distance. So they had all these different types of bonuses that were going on through the holiday event. They released some additional Ice-type Pokemon from Gen 4. They gave us a shiny Delibird. They brought Pikachu and Pichu with the Santa hat back. That could be, both be shiny. Ultimately, you can, bring that up to Raichu. But this was a really cool event. I liked how they did this. It was very exciting. The spawn levels were very high. It did take away a little bit from the general Gen 4 spawns. So there was new featured Pokemon from Gen 4 like Bronzor and Skorupi and stuff, but you just didn't see them because it was dominated by these holiday Pokemon.
Yeah, but I remember when you did see them, it was like, yes, I'm freaking out. I've never seen this before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I had caught the one Bronzor, and it was amazing because it was totally random. And it's you're so used to pulling up your nearby and seeing, 6 Delibird and 2 Pikachu and a Weedle, and it's you open it up and you see a silhouette. It's that feeling, that wonderful feeling of wonder.
I know. I can't wait for Cresselia to come back because I'll have that feeling.
Cresselia?
Yeah, I never caught it.
Get out. Really?
Really?
Oh, snap.
The 2 times that I battled it, I didn't catch it.
Wow. So the raid bosses did rotate, and they actually just rotated again today. But for the holiday event, they brought in a whole bunch of new Pokemon. The Tier 5 boss was Heatran, and they brought in Attack Form Deoxys on the EX side. Now, the general Tier 1 through 4 bosses just rotated again today. If you want to hear details on that, check out our other podcast, Lured Up, where Adam, Melissa, my wife, and I talk about Pokemon Go in detail, and we'll break out all that stuff as it comes out. But since the last time we covered Pokemon Go on this show, so much has happened. PvP has come out. They've released the January and February research breakthroughs, which are going to be the birds, the dogs, plus Lugia and Ho-Oh. So you have 8 potential legendaries that you can get, every single week. They just announced the Adventure Sync Hatchathon, which they're doing an egg event right now, which is kind of weird since they just did the last tail end of the holiday event was for double incubator.
And then they took away our boxes.
Oh man, it was the best sale box ever. The Ultra Box, the last one they did during the holiday event, it was the greatest box ever. I bought 4 of them, and it was awesome. And then after that, they released this Hatchathon, and they call it the Adventure Sync Hatchathon. And the boxes stink. They put regular incubators in the Ultra Box. It's man, we're back to this. It's it was so funny because when we were covering on Lured Up the last boxes, we were saying this is the greatest thing ever. They finally listened. They're giving us all the items that we want, nothing we don't want to pay for. And then they just took a couple steps back with this Hatchathon event. So a little disappointing there, but hey man, it's everyone's claiming money grab and all that good stuff, and it's look, I'll never call anything Niantic does a money grab because that's the reason they're in business. They're not, of course they're trying to get money. That's the whole point.
Yeah. And then Saturday, January 12th is going to be Totodil's Community Day.
Yep, another one that I can't work because that I can't play because I'll be working. So awesome! I can't wait. I don't have any Cyndaquil. I do not even have a single shiny Cyndaquil.
Hey, I can trade you one for a Delibird. Look at that.
Deal, bet. Mark that in stone. I'm chiseling that into a stone tablet king. But like I said, if you want all the details on Pokemon Go, you can hear an hour of it every single week over at luredup.com. So check that out.
All right, tell me about this VGC shift.
This is something I want to start getting into. Adam, the TCG is your world. I love it as a collector, but on the competitive side, that's definitely your knowledge base. I want to start learning more about the VGC because when Gen 8 comes to the Switch, this is going to be my first opportunity to really dig into a Pokemon game. I mean, of course, I played through Let's Go and stuff, but really the last main series game, that I played through start to finish was Emerald or something like that. So I've played the games over the years, but I never really dug in, and I never got to the point where I was in end game or did anything competitive. Now I want to start getting into this, at least to cover it on the channel, but to actually take part in it. So they're changing the format for 2019. This was a planned thing. The 2019 season actually started in September of last year. They did what they were calling the Sun series. Now we're shifting over to the Moon series. I'll post a link in the description that breaks out all the rules. But really the main difference between the Sun series and now the Moon series is that Z crystals are now being introduced to be legal in competition. So with the exception of the Ultra Necrosium Z crystal, every other crystal is legal. So you couldn't do Z moves before. So when you were building out your team and the Pokemon that rose to the meta, it was they got popular and they became good performers based on the fact that there was no Z moves. So now that there's Z moves, Pokemon that may have had, a lesser positioning in the meta can now come up. Pokemon that were on top are going to be coming down. So there's going to be a definite shift in how all this is going to work. So it's going to be exciting to see. And I want to start digging into this because I know that once the Gen 8 game comes out on the Switch, I'm really going to go for it. I'm really,
and
really
because you want to be the best, like no one ever was.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. It's my mantra. Just covering the basic rules of it, National Dex 1 through 807 can be used. This is going to be running through April 1st. And then April 1st, it turns into the final series of the VGC for the 2019 season, which they're going to call the Ultra Series, which at that point, all moves and items obtainable through normal gameplay are going to be permitted. So it's going to be like a little bit of the Wild Wild West. So that should be pretty cool and really, separate kind of the standard competitor and the tournament grinder to the person that's just playing the game itself and not necessarily going out there for distributions or all this kind of funky stuff. So that should be pretty exciting. But it's cool to see that this is getting shook up. All right, Adam, I posted these links. I want to get your reaction because I don't know if you saw this stuff, but I posted 2 links of some products I found on Etsy. And if you've never checked out Etsy, it's a homegrown kind of marketplace where people that are creative can build crafts and sell them. And the good part about it is that they can kind of sidestep licensing a little bit. And, there's plenty of Pokemon products that you could find there that are all homegrown, that'll be handmade just for you. So I found 2 things I want to talk about. The first is the surprised Pikachu meme sweatshirt. So I think it's like episode 10 of the Indigo League. There's a scene where...
Yeah, the Bulbasaur one.
Where Pikachu looks so derpy. Like he's got like this shocked face where his mouth is just like a circle. And he's got the derpiest face on. And for whatever reason, I have no idea why. I don't even know what started this again. But that meme has kind of taken off of just shocked Pikachu, where it's so brilliant because a meme is taken off when it can leave the context of what it is. Like it can be applied to like things that have nothing to do with Pokemon, and I'm seeing it all over Facebook and stuff. It's really, really funny. But the quality of the drawing from the anime is so poor, like it's so cheesy that having that giant size on the front of a sweatshirt is just absolutely hilarious. So what do you think of that sweatshirt? I mean,
I think it's absolutely brilliant.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I love it so much. And then finally, I saw a Snorlax Switch dock sock. Now, I remember when the Switch first came out, everyone was complaining, "Oh, I'm scratching my screen when I put it in and out of the dock." It's plastic rubbing directly up against the screen. So people were taking like different pieces of fabric and, cutting up socks and putting it over the front of the dock. So when they slid the Switch in there, it was going up against something cushioned. So the crafters kind of took hold of this and they created all these super awesome, dock socks that slip over the dock, but have some kind of cool thing on the front. And this one happens to have this giant layered Snorlax face, and they use like a faux leather and it looks super professional and it looks super awesome. And I would 100% rock this on my Switch dock. And, it's absolutely hilarious. What do you think of this one?
It's amazing. Like just
the quality is good, right? Like it looks legit. Like it looks like it was made in a die cut press. Like it does not look like a grassroots kind of homegrown thing.
I mean, you can look through the other ones and some of them look a little bit like that, but this one doesn't look. This one looks like something GameStop would sell.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely legit.
Or Nintendo,
Snorlax. I smile. I smile every time I see Snorlax.
Even though he's like his sleepy dirt face.
Doesn't matter. It's so good.
Did you see the Magikarp one?
I did not see the Magikarp one.
My god!
Oh my goodness, the Magikarp one! Oh my god! Oh my god, the Meowth one! All right, yeah, I'm in love. All right, yeah, these are really cool. The Snorlax one, let's see. The Snorlax sock is from Etsy user Dummy Gamer. I'll link to it in the description, and Capital Co is the one that made that Pikachu derpy sweatshirt, so I'll post to that in the description. But definitely check them out. Support the creators that are making cool Pokemon stuff. All right, we kind of knew this was coming at them. They gave us a hint about a week ago that we were going to be getting a teaser trailer from Japan for the next movie that's coming out, Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. And we got our teaser, and it's like super short, but it's super, the hype is super strong. It's a 45-second video, but it has this weird intro that shows...
It looks like it's taking you from like the way, like when Pokemon first came out.
Yeah.
Back when.
It's like a throwback, almost like a VHS camcorder style footage of like, people lining up to see the original Pokemon movie. So they're definitely digging for the nostalgia, but ultimately you see some bubbles rising up and then you get Mewtwo's face. The voice actor is the original voice actor that voiced Mewtwo in the original movie. And it's all in Japanese, of course, but it pretty much saying that, the legend is back. And they show Mewtwo chasing Mew full speed flying above the clouds. It looks so amazing. That's all they need to show me. I'm in.
They could have gotten away with just showing you the bubbles and then the eye.
Well,
and I would have been hooked.
So I think even on episode 54, our last episode, we had mentioned this trailer that it was coming. And in Japan, there was, this is a teaser. It's as teasy as you can get. The whole thing is 45 seconds, but the actual film of it, the actual trailer, animated trailer, might only be 30 seconds or less. And I think in Japan, prior to this teaser, there was an even shorter teaser that just showed the bubbles. And then it cut to Mewtwo's like a close-up of his eye. So this, you get a little bit more out of it, but I'm totally hyped. If this is going to be kind of the Mewtwo Strikes Back remake, this is going to be a retelling, could this be a situation where it's like, the Pokemon the movie versus Pokemon I Choose You, and then, the power of one versus the power of us. Like, I don't know if this is going to be continuing this kind of pseudo reboot, but I don't know. Anything with Mewtwo, I'm all in. And it's,
Yeah, I can't wait.
I think the last time Mewtwo was even in one of these movies was in the Genesect movie, and when they made the female Mewtwo, they kind of like switched everything up. So it's been a while since Mewtwo has come back to the, to the movies, and this is the traditional standard Mewtwo that we saw in the original movies. So I know a lot of people had beef with that Genesect movie, which... That Genesect movie was just bad. But yeah, so it's good old Mewtwo is coming back, which I'm really excited about. So I'm hyped. This is July 12th or something. It comes out in Japan. So, we might see it for Christmas next year or something similar, like Fathom Events will bring it, in the fall, just like they did with The Power of Us.
Well, hopefully this one will actually have one by us.
Yeah.
Maybe they print an ancient Mew, but like that's actually usable in the TCG.
Bruh, that'd be sweet. That would be sweet. I have a whole handful of those ancient Mew cards from
Do you
back
really?
in the day. I do.
I want one.
I still have them sealed.
Just one.
I got it.
I'm not asking
I got you.
Just one.
All right, Pokemon Series Episode 55, Riddle Me This. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to queue up our Amazon Prime video and watch this sucker. We'll give some commentary. So we'll be right back just after this. And we're back. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Woo.
We're going to watch episode 55, Riddle Me This. This was originally aired in the U.S. on September 18th, 1999. This is the U.S. sequence number 55, episode 55. In the Japanese sequence, this is actually episode 58. And between 52 and 58, there was kind of a lot of jumbling going on because of, differences of when things were released. And then there was the Porygon episode. Like, all these crazy things were happening and kind of shifted things around. But this is actually number 58 if you're watching, the Pokemon series. Like, if you're looking through Bulbapedia, this will be episode 58. But as it's available in the U.S. right now through Amazon, Orange Islands, this is going to be, this will be episode 55. Original Japanese air date was August 13th, 1998. So, man, this isn't, it's been a while. It's been a long time. All right, so we got this queued up. We're on Amazon Prime. This is part of the Pokemon, channel that you can get. That's the only way that you can get the Orange Islands right now digitally is through Amazon. So we got it queued up right now. We're going to start this sucker in 3, 2, 1, play. Something I didn't really notice, and when I'm on my laptop, I usually record on my laptop. I'm on my main PC right now. Is you forget that this stuff is in like 4:3. This isn't widescreen, so it's like when you watch it on a normal computer monitor, it's like, man, you got You got left and right letterboxing going on here because it's like a square. It's so funny. It's like you don't really notice it.
It's like the square filter when you're taking a picture.
Exactly.
Did you see the remake that somebody made of like Pokemon Let's Go with all the scenes from this?
No.
In Pokemon Let's Go?
No way.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw it. I saw it on... Don't remember. I was like scrolling through something and just saw it and was like, what? And somebody like remakes
I'll have to look that up. God, I love that Butterfree carrying Bulbasaur. So dumb. Oh yeah, and again, because we're watching this on Amazon, it does have like the bumpers in and out of the commercial breaks.
Ash is getting closer to entering the Pokemon League. Now he's ready to compete for his 7th badge, the Volcano
They're setting
badge.
sail on a boat.
So I remember going back like to our early episodes, like episodes in the 20s. I was always complaining that Ash was like so off track with the Pokemon League. You know, they're just getting all these sidewinders and tangents and stuff. So hearing the narrator say that he's back on the, back with focus of the Pokemon League, I'm pretty excited.
And my next badge.
Yeah, and he's determined. He's going after that Cinnabar gym.
You'll all get a chance to take a picture with me.
Oh,
yeah,
Gary.
Hey, look! Who let this loser on the boat?
Gary? You're going to Cinnabar Island?
Well, I'm sure he paid just like you did, Gary.
Exactly. I like that. They. It's just so funny that they make Gary such like a ladies' man. It's like, it's just weird. Like Gary's 10, but
Sure are a lot of
so weird.
On this boat, and I bet all of them are Pokemon
Like Brock gets a little bit of a pass because he's not 10. You know what I mean? He's like a grown man. But like Gary is like they
He's
don't.
got 4 girls just
Yeah, they
in
don't
chairs,
animate him like a kid. They don't animate him like a 10-year-old, and he's got like these ladies that are like throwing themselves at him.
Gary's the best.
He's so cool. A real trainer never takes a break, so while you're tanning, I'll be at the gym winning a badge.
Cinnabar Island doesn't even have a Pokemon gym.
Gary knows it all.
Look at Gary. He thinks he knows it all.
Gotta have a gym.
Look at Ash is crushed.
You can believe what you want to, but you'll see for yourself. You're
Yeah,
wasting
Gary's
your
telling him
time.
that there's no gym.
We'll see who's wasting time.
Which is like we all know from playing the,
This is
video
also
games
right
that
after
they're-
Brock just like souped up Ash, telling him like, once we get there, we're getting right to the gym.
Maybe Gary was right.
This place is a tourist trap.
Might as well look around.
Oh, Jigglypuff jumping off the boat too.
Got them. I cannot wait for Detective Pikachu. So in this town, it's like a marketplace, and everyone is kind of just like chilling. There's not a lot of Pokemon activity, which I thought was interesting because when you hear Cinnabar, you kind of think Pokemon.
What do tourists think is hot and cool?
Bro, dude,
What does tourists think is hot and cool? Ash laying in front of an open refrigerator while
bro,
having a blanket on.
like honestly, like what is he
Things are
thinking?
really hot and tourists think they're cool.
That's right. See,
But like
kids,
I legitimately,
there's a
that's how
volcano.
like I used to
There are
think in
lots of hot
school.
springs here on Cinnabar Island.
Teachers would be like,
And every
that's
year,
not the right answer.
more tourists come to visit. Now they've even taken over Cinnabar Island. Trainers don't come anymore.
Tourists! They've ruined the island!
Is a Pokemon gym still here? I have to earn that volcano badge.
I heard that the
But he is
gym
so
leader was
crushed.
a guy named Blaine.
His gym is right where you put your glasses.
Ah, glasses.
That's a tricky one.
In front of your eyes?
You're right again. Blaine's gym is right in front of
There
your
you go.
eyes.
He's right again.
So they show Blaine's gym, and it's like completely dilapidated.
It's a wreck.
Blaine got tired of battling tourists who cared more about postcards and t-shirts than about Pokemon. That's when he abandoned the gym.
But I'm not
Imagine
some
that, like
stupid
showing up for a
tourist.
gym
I'm
battle
real
and you're like,
trainer.
man, I
go
can't
all
wait
out
for this
island
gym
just
battle to
like
be
the
over. I'm gonna go get a
volcano
postcard.
badge.
No, that
Like,
would
what?
be like
The wrong place
that's
for
like a legit gym. Like, yo, it's so rough and rugged. You got to like walk through the rubble to get in.
Huh? The Big Riddle Inn.
An inn? How can you run a hotel and then blame tourists for ruining the island?
It
That
sounds
doesn't
like a
make any
setup.
sense to me.
You're right,
He's
Misty.
gone. I wonder how he disappeared like that.
He sure was.
He literally
weird.
just went under the fence and walked
That's
away.
hippie magic, man. It's hippie magic.
We ought to
Hippie
check out
magic.
that lab.
It can't be that bad.
Oh, yeah?
Huh? Oh, it's just a bunch of souvenir stands.
Looks like the Pokemon Lab's just another tourist attraction.
But see, they didn't even go in.
Guess all this
So it's like, how do they know?
making me hungry.
It seems like a tourist attraction.
Why don't we check out the Pokemon Center?
Good idea.
Let's go.
Not one
Oh,
cookie
Team
sold.
Rocket.
Our snack stands are full. Isn't
Not
that
one
just our
Meowth-shaped, Meowth-face cookie sold.
And we're right near that lab, and it's packed
The fact that, like, we all know that Team Rocket always has, like, this high production stuff, or they'll pull in like, on a truck or a float or something like that, but, like, here they actually have, like, a whole booth set up and making cookies. Like, where did they get this from?
See, and this bugs me, because they have no room to sleep at the Pokemon Center,
Well, I
but
guess we can always camp
and Brock
out
makes a
here
good
and
point.
sleeping
They're
bag.
the only people there that had Pokemon.
Exactly.
I bet we get a room there.
You must be joking. We haven't had a room in weeks.
Let's try this one.
We haven't had a
rooms
room
this
in
hotel.
weeks.
We're booked up for a year. Try coming back late next summer, or maybe in the
We're
fall.
booked up for a year? No way.
Sorry, nothing here.
Look at this guy's
Have you
mustache.
tried the hotel across the street? Sorry, no vacancies.
Yo, Cinnabar is popping
I'm
off.
so hungry, I
It's
could
like
eat
there's not a room in the entire island.
Tired to eat.
Yeah, and
I
they're
just
so
thought I
hungry,
love
like, what are they gonna do?
Bruh.
Oh, hunger's getting the best of Ash.
About to camp out.
Hey, that smells good.
Wait, Ash, where you going?
No, Ash.
It's like,
Tried this hotel.
this has happened before where
Get it.
Ash's hunger has, like, led him to
It's
just,
not
like,
fair.
do a little
They're
B&E.
having a banquet in
A
there.
little break and entering.
Close up of his stomach.
Bro, it's
I
scary.
thought I heard something out here. Hey, look, it's the Sucker Squad. So, what hotel you staying at?
Takes him like 10 seconds to realize who it is.
Yeah, no, it's just standing
Big
directly
Baggy
in
don't
front
have
of
a
him.
place like this. Take a look.
Filled with ladies. I know, the Hitmon's so good.
And that's just the appetizers.
It's just a bunch of fish. Ugh,
I've
gross.
got an idea. I'll give you my leftovers in a doggy bag if you spin around 3 times and say Pikachu.
Not on
Bro,
your
I would have
life.
spun and said
Die of
Pikachu
hunger
like that. I'd be like, give me the food.
Yeah, if it's free, come on.
You should let your stomach do the talking.
Oh, here comes. Oh, Pikachu, don't
She's like,
give in.
it's all good.
We'll never get so desperate that we have to sink to Gary's level.
Yeah, well, have a second thought.
See, that Pikachu face right there should be the meme.
Anyone so pathetic.
Have you tried a
Because
mirror?
it just does like the sideways face. Or that one right there.
Nothing will beat the
Alright, we
surprise
need to
shot.
screenshot those, and there's 2 new memes. Oh, Jigglypuff! Get out of there!
Oh, Togepi! Get off! It's so funny, like Jigglypuff just finds the little stage.
They don't even know what they're missing.
Oh, he's got a ton of ladies.
Oh, the typical Jigglypuff song.
Right. But you get the little dong dong from the Hitmon.
It's so intense.
So dumb.
Gary's just sleeping on a cloud.
And all the ladies
ladies
just
on-
sprawled out. Like the Buzz sleeping with his eyes open.
Oh, marker time.
Get him, get him. Love it, love it, love it. And I like how they cut right out of that scene. Like, you don't need any other explanation.
But at least those
Exactly.
guys are sleeping now.
Ash, what about that card that old guy gave you?
Yeah, bro, the hippie, man.
Must be directions to his hotel.
Huh? That's strange. If you look near the swing, you'll see my hands. Or at least my face.
Oh, not another riddle!
There's a swing over there, but I don't see anybody's hands or face.
Me neither.
It's like this guy's level of creepy is even greater than my own.
And then Misty coming in clutch.
Yep.
I know exactly what it
It's a
is.
clock.
A clock?
Seriously though, if it wasn't for Misty, like they would be so lost because she always ends up figuring everything out.
Once again, Misty.
Hey man.
Correct solution.
That was an easy one.
As a prize, I'll give you free rooms here at the hotel.
Your riddles may be dumb, but
bro, it's so funny. Like, come on in, little 10-year-olds. Let me give you a free room.
I suppose you want some free food too.
It reminds me of the Snorlax trainer.
You want dinner too.
Right.
Yes.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu.
Is it still like the buzz?
It's Magmar.
Man, I got it wrong.
Duck face.
Hitmonchan.
Well, I like how this is like a no frills like training facility.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all
And I love
within
this
our nation.
because you know Team Rocket's doing their rant, and then
To extend our
Meowth,
reach to the stars above.
Blast off at light speed, prepare to fight and all that.
Meowth comes out of nowhere and just.
Pokemon Lab.
Bombs away!
Did he just give us the finger?
I'm gonna say yes.
They're just bombing the top of a.
Coming.
You know, like what?
Thank you for calling the big.
There's
red
bombs
light.
going
We
off,
are
man.
best, and we'll keep you guessing.
Aren't you hungry,
Be our
Misty?
guest.
I just want to go to bed.
That's awful.
Is something wrong?
The Pokemon Lab is being attacked by a balloon.
That's the best line. Like if you take that out of context, the Pokemon Lab is being attacked by a balloon.
This sure beats selling cookies.
They're floating away.
I'm about to burst their bubble. Pidgeotto!
Oh yeah, you are. Ash sends out Pidgeotto.
Pikachu! You and Pidgeotto go bring back all those Pokemon!
Tag team.
Now that should be a GX right there, let me tell you. Missed opportunity.
It can't be.
Yes, it can.
It can't be Pikachu.
I was gonna say, why not, bro?
Looks like we're blasting off again.
Like what caused the balloon to
I
burst?
don't know, but
Like, just
when I first watched this again, like I was like, bro, that was the lamest Team Rocket
Thanks for saving the Pokemon.
exit
Ash.
ever.
You deserve a big
Yes.
reward, so I'll let you in on a little secret. Blaine built a gym the tourists never see.
Huh? He did?
Mm-hmm. It's in the place where firefighters could never win.
Another riddle?
So again, more riddles from Captain Riddle here about Blaine's gym.
Oh, I can't figure it out.
It's where a firefighter.
and now they're just relaxing in a hot
Where
spring.
could that be?
Shirtless.
Divided by this wooden gate.
Firefighter never win. Maybe someplace that
Awkward.
doesn't have enough water. Huh? Togepi?
It gets extra awkward
What are
too.
you doing, Togepi? Togepi!
Togepi's
move
looking at the
away. That water's
Gyarados
boiling.
statue.
Wait.
Jumps up. Oh. And Togepi's little tiny weight was enough to push this lever down.
Secret passage. I want to play like the Zelda. Awkward.
Oh no! The wood breaks and they get a good look at each other.
Brock, man, it's just so weird. It'll never not be weird.
Is it just me, or does it seem to be getting hot down here?
Oh, it's getting
Yes,
hot, all
you
right.
are walking further into a volcano.
Like, come on, Brock.
Ash, it's a door.
Brock was set up. He let that one go. It's getting hot in here. He could have came back with such a good one.
Yeah, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot.
So this is what I'm talking about, because I love, in the history of the Indigo League, every time he was in a gym, there was always some kind of,
There's sure not
absolutely
enough
over
water
the
to
top
put out a
setting.
volcano.
And, this is no different, because the battlefield is literally over a pool of lava.
Hey, what are you doing here?
It's not a hat.
And there's only two like rocks that like you have to stand on.
Yeah, it's
so
awesome.
it's like
Already lost it.
It looks like it could be like a
An
video
umbrella
game
keeps your
stage.
head dry, but you don't wear it because you lost it.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's a wig.
What do you mean?
A wig is
See?
a hat, but
Misty's
it keeps the head
figuring
down
it out
free.
again.
And the only reason you wear a wig is if you already lost your hair.
And Misty's done it again.
Wig is correct.
It's a wig.
Yes.
You get it? I wear a wig because I really
I love how his voice like he turns into like nasty old Blaine.
Now, who wants to back?
Yeah, I'm an old man.
Fire.
Careful. He must raise some awesome fire Pokemon.
Why didn't Misty go against him? She has all water Pokemon.
Bro, this is Ash's story.
I know, but honestly, she
Could
should
like been like, here's my Starmie.
First Pokemon, Ninetales, go! Ninetales,
I was gonna say this is the first time we see Ninetales.
Fire Pokemon, Vulpix.
I knew he'd choose a fire type.
Brock should be like, oh, I know about that.
A water type, how predictable. Go Ninetales, fire spin now!
I'm old and bitter. How predictable.
Squirtle, water gun now.
Yes, use water against fire.
Bruh, overpowered. Torched.
Squirtle! Please, Squirtle, you can't give up yet.
Ash touches it. It's on fire.
It's on fire, bro. It's a hot shell.
Choosing a Pokemon is more than selecting
And I love how Ninetales is just chilling. So calm.
Then I'll fight fire with fire. I'm counting on you, so give it your best shot. Charizard, I choose you!
Love this.
So you've chosen a Charizard. Return, Ninetales. Now I'll teach that kid a lesson. Go right on.
So, I kind of like this dynamic of, you know, them showing like how the really the meta of Pokemon battles could work with, you know, working type advantage, introducing a Pokemon that would meet the type advantage, pulling out the defending Pokemon, replacing it with one that can counter that Pokemon. It's like, it's just cool. It's just cool how they almost detail it like a turn-based game. Soup.
Well, good night, Charizard.
Charizard's literally like, bruh.
Charizard has left the ring. Rhydon's the winner.
Bruh, I am giving you a break. I'm taking a nap.
It's all up to you now, Pikachu.
Your little Pikachu
Wait,
doesn't
you don't
stand
have
a
a
chance
Bulbasaur
against
to go
my
against the
Rhydon.
grass type?
I know.
Like,
But it's like,
ground type?
Ash, like, just at this point, just lead with Pikachu every time.
Hey, pretty impressive.
Pikachu!
I don't understand that dynamic where Pikachu's being stabbed at with Rhydon's like head, but he's still running like so fast.
Electric attacks won't
Like, how is Rhydon moving that fast?
Pikachu, the horn!
Cartoon logic. The horn.
It's a unicorn! Get its horn!
Oh no, not
See,
the,
why couldn't
not
we
the
use
horn.
these tricks in the actual, like, video games? Anytime I use Thunder, it'd be like, that move has no effect.
Bro, Horn Drill is no joke in the main series. You get wrecked.
I'll have to choose a different Pokemon.
Pikachu can
Your Pikachu's gassed up.
This Pokemon is too hot to handle.
Yeah, Pikachu can handle
And it
anything.
has a power that should interest you, because it turns all its opponents into ash.
No fair.
Aha.
Too hot for
Fun
those.
puns.
I choose Magmar!
It literally comes out of the lava. Like, what?
So I don't know if you noticed, but like when Blaine was in costume early in the episode, he almost his shirt almost looked like it had the pattern of like Magmar, which I thought was cool.
Is like a furnace, making Magmar.
He's kind of still wearing it a little bit.
It has
Yeah.
been discovered only near active volcanoes.
Butthead.
Magmar, fire punch now!
Once you realize that Magmar has giant butt on its head, you can't unsee it.
Pikachu!
Right?
Oh snap!
You can do it, Pikachu!
It's like easy for you to say. You didn't just get punched in the face with a hot fist.
Magmar's using an air lens.
What's an air lens?
Well, Magmar heats the air around into a
It's a
super high
made-up
temperature,
move.
and that refracts electric attacks.
Oh no!
Look up, bruh.
Pikachu, you fall in the lava, you die. There is no fainting, you just die.
Bad.
Magmar,
Pikachu could not return to the battlefield.
Fire Blast is the most powerful attack a fire Pokemon has.
better give up, Ash.
It's not
or
true.
Pikachu's toast.
No, we can't give up now.
The toast part is true, though.
There's something.
Magmar, go!
like that.
Look at his face. He is so smug. He's like,
Pikachu
I got
versus
this.
the volcano. Will little Pikachu be turned into the world's cutest lava lamp? Find out in our next fiery episode.
All right. All I want to say,
Cliffhanger.
bro. All I want to say is that they don't ever really do that. Like, there's really never a cliffhanger. Like, they typically will close out the story every single episode, and you get like that, you know, Monster of the Week style, you know, thing. But I was very, very surprised when I saw the cliffhanger. I was like, wow, they're really gonna leave us hanging like that. But overall, what'd you think of the episode?
It was awesome. There's a lot of like,
I like Blaine. I think Blaine is really what saves the episode, even though that, you know, the first half, the whole Team Rocket thing I wasn't too impressed with, but I like the character of Blaine, how he's just like super chill and, you know, gives them the business card. They keep it in their back pocket till they're completely desperate and they have no other option. They're just like, call the hippie, man. It's like, yeah, always call the hippie. So I think he saved the episode, but...
See, I thought Ash's stomach saved the episode, but that was just me.
I wonder how many episodes out of like the 1,000 or whatever there is that there's some reference to Ash being hungry.
All the time. Team Rocket's always hungry. We never have food.
All right, but I guess overall a good episode. You know, it's pushing the main storyline ahead, and that's, you know,
which is what you always want.
Yeah, I'm always concerned with that because I want him to get these badges. I want him to be the best. We'll have to follow up next week. But if you're new to our show, we close out every episode with the TCG booster. Last week, both Adam and I had some sick pulls, bruh. And let's see what happens this week. I've got a Lost Thunder.
I have a Steam Siege.
All right.
No, it's a Steam Siege.
All right. I've got Kirlia, Mantine, Ariados, Morlul, Mareep, Wurmple, Jigglypuff, Alolan Meowth. My reverse is Zebstrika. OMG. Secret Rare Adventure Bag. Trainer.
What?
Gold border and all.
No. Can I have that? Where?
Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta look at this in the light.
Ken, come back. I don't want to lose your love.
Yeah, this is
Ken,
ridiculous.
come back.
I can't believe I just pulled this. I will definitely post a picture of this up on the Instagram. So if you want to see this card, check out Instagram.com/GottaWatchTheMall, and I'll post it up. But it is legit. It's number 228 of 214. Trainer Adventure Bag. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon Tool cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So, wow. Secret Rare. Are you kidding?
Yeah, there's no way a pack of Steam Siege is going to compare to that.
Doesn't Steam Siege... What did Steam Siege have that was...
like breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
So I've got Chimchar, Rufflet, Shellos, Clauncher, Meowth, Gardevoir Spirit Link Trainer, Dubois, Klefki. My reverse holo is a Nidoran, male, and my rare is a Primeape.
Sweet!
Sweet! I will not be posting a picture of that.
Post a picture of the pack art.
No, none of that is worth it.
Oh, well, I'm excited.
Oceania doesn't even look good.
But yeah, check out our Instagram for a picture of that. I'll put it up on Twitter as well. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this week's episode. Thank you guys so incredibly much for checking us out. Make sure you check out our website, GottaWatchTheMall.com. Email us, info@GottaWatchTheMall.com. And leave us a review on iTunes. It would help us a lot. We would really appreciate that. And make sure you check out the links that we have in the description and support the people that provide content for our show. Other than that, Adam, you got anything?
No.
All right, trainers. Well, that's going to wrap it up. We'll see everyone next week.
Next week.
See you later.